I knocked a homeless guy unconscious because he tried to take my latte. Nobody will ever know but me. I started a new job just over a year ago. I work 7-3 most days, and I don't own a car, so I usually walk from my apartment to my place of work. The walk to work is mostly on main streets, but there is one alleyway that I take to make the walk 5 shorter. Next to this alley is a coffee shop. My city has a noticeable homeless population, and there are some people who hang out along the streets asking for food, money, etc. They are mostly harmless. They don't get in people's way or harass anyone, as far as I know. But there is one guy, we'll call him Bob, for simplicity, who hangs out outside of the coffee shop most days, waiting for someone to buy him a coffee. For years, I've been in the habit of treating myself to an iced latte every Friday. So on my first Friday on the job, I naively bought this man a coffee when he asked me to, not realizing the big mistake I made. I bought him an 8-aughts hot black coffee, the cheapest item on the menu, and myself my usual 20-aughts latte. When I exited the coffee shop, before I could hand Bob his drink, he snatched my drink and walked off, or I could blink. From that day on, every time I passed the coffee shop, Bob would catcall me and yell at me to buy him a coffee. Occasionally, he would even follow me down the alley and try to take my belongings. I felt very threatened because that early in the morning, there weren't many people around on the street, which I think is why he did it. When I passed that place in the evening, he usually didn't say anything, as more people were around. Usually, Bob was completely harmless, but he followed me down the alley more than a few times, occasionally trying to take my belongings or my latte. About a month after I started my new job, I bought my latte and walked down the alley. Bob followed me down the alley, only this time, he managed to get really close to me and reached out to snatch the latte from my hand. Before I could think, my other hand hit his jaw. The thing is, I'm a pretty big girl, 5'11" and 155 pounds. I run and lift weights, so I'm athletic too. I've never hit someone outside a classroom setting, but I have some martial arts experience, so I know the knockout points and can throw a good punch. I once knocked out a strong 280-pound man on accident during a class, so it was no surprise that this guy went out cold, hitting the side of a building on his way down. I think I saw blood on his face, but I'm not sure because I kept walking.